Nosferatu is the fourth film from Robert Eggers, the exceptional writer-director behind The Witch, The Lighthouse, and The Northman. And this is a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. Saying all those titles just now made me realize this is the first time Robert Eggers has made a film that doesn't start with the word "the," which is a stupid point and isn't really worth mentioning and doesn't really mean anything, and yet I mentioned it anyway. This review is off to a great start. Eggers is easily one of my favorite directors working today. His films are beautiful and exceptionally well crafted and well researched. And I noticed that he really does care about the way people speak and the dialect and the intonations and how people might have said something. And it's very obvious that he is not living in our current century in his mind. He is very much interested in the past. Maybe one day he'll make a film that takes place in modern times, but if he wants to keep playing in this ball field, I'm happy to watch him because he is a unique and singular voice that is approaching movies on a genre level from a very distinctive perspective. Nosferatu looks absolutely incredible. The snow-swept streets, the horse-drawn carriages, the evil dark castle on the mountainside, it's all beautifully evocative of exactly what you think about if you ever read any classic vampire stories. The costumes as well as the production design, everything is so immersive into this time period. The camera movements especially as well. You have a lot of long static takes, but sometimes you're moving around the outside of these buildings and you're seeing hordes of extras and all different kinds of things that are of the period. It really feels like you're part of this world. Nicholas Hoult is having quite the year. He's had Juror Number 2, which he's very good in, and he's had The Order, which he's also very good in. This is his third film that I've seen him in this year, and it's his best performance out of the three. He's terrific here. He has one sequence where he meets Count Orlok, played by Bill Skarsgård, where he has to play terrified. And he plays terrified as realistically as I've ever seen. I imagine a lot of that was aided by Bill Skarsgård's insane transformation into Count Orlok. Every word out of his mouth is just dripping with gothic dread. And the look, too, is absolutely transformative. I didn't recognize Bill Skarsgård at all, and there are elements of the facial design that I didn't anticipate, and some people will probably find kind of funny. But that's something else that Robert Eggers does very well. You know, he has these movies that do have scary elements, but strangely make you laugh in awkward places. The Lighthouse with all of Willem Dafoe's farts, for instance. Willem Dafoe is also really great as an occult researcher who believes that Nosferatu is a real thing, and nobody else does. Aaron Taylor-Johnson, also very good as the husband of two young daughters. His wife, played by Emma Corrin, is turning ill, and he doesn't understand why. There's a plague that's been brought upon this city, and Willem Dafoe is positive that it's because of Nosferatu. But the true shining star of this film is Lily Rose Depp, who plays Ellen Hutter. The stuff that's required of her in this film as an actress is incredibly impressive. She has to do multiple convulsions. She has to do some love scenes that are very intense and very visceral, long take sequences of her having genuine emotional breakdowns while also being lucid enough for us to connect with her and understand why she wants the things she wants. So she's got to play insane, she's got to play infatuated, she's got to play doting wife, and she's got to play normal-ass person at the same time, and all of it has to work for us. This isn't all on her, of course. Robert Eggers and his great dialogue and his great story is taking us through this very difficult journey for her, but she is the North Star for this movie that guides us, and she is truly fantastic. She's really, really good here. It's the best work I've ever seen from her by far. I didn't find Nosferatu scary in the traditional sense. I do think that it's more of a dark fantasy. It has a lot of great visuals and unsettling scenes, but I didn't find myself scared at the movie in any particular part. And I think that that's going to vary, of course, like any horror. It's going to be subjective about what bothers you and what doesn't. I think the scariest aspects of this movie are really Ellen and how she is dealing with the strange emotions she's feeling and how she can go from truly loving her husband, played by Nicholas Hoult, and then feeling this strange pull towards Count Orlok and not being able to describe what's happening to her body or her mind. That's by far the aspect of the movie that I found the most disturbing. There are some really gnarly, bloody visuals, though, that were pretty great. All in all, Nosferatu is an absolutely gorgeous movie. It's not my favorite of Eggers' filmography, but I do think it's terrific and definitely worth seeing on the big screen. He continues to prove himself to be a voice that is 100% his own, and you have to support a movie like that whenever it's in theaters, because these types of films where there's risks and there's genuine art behind the decisions don't happen happen that much at this budget level. So definitely support this one. It's worth seeing. I was going to say, if you've seen the movie, I'm curious to know what you think, but it's not coming out till Christmas. So hopefully you guys do get a chance to see the movie, and I'm hoping you enjoy it. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon. If you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.